even it out by Execration. Still, they are the one being favored in this match, but Cignal Ultra, they're back onto the 2 picks, and they will definitely not gonna ban a Ling here.
They will not. Shoutouts to our Indonesian caster brethren from MPL ID. I've seen you guys dance your way. Probably will do that sometime.
Yes.
As well, and
If
a
you're-
lot. Yeah. If you want us to take the challenge, then let's take the challenge. But we're not gonna do it now.
We're not gonna do it now, but you
yeah.
do have here what we can say. What do you want to say? Something. It's not gonna be a competition.
It's not gonna be a competition.
But definitely you have to watch out how we dance, because we are good dancers. We do TikTok here.
We do TikTok here. But ladies and gentlemen, kidding aside, much love for our MPL ID caster brethren there and sisters as well. You guys did an amazing job, and if you're watching right now, could you please just pass on to everyone who did the broadcast for MPL ID. But right now, let's head back into the game. We just showed our love for our
and we
MPL
hope to
IDs.
meet them someday.
We hope to meet you someday. We really do hope that we meet you guys someday.
Yeah.
Personally. Now, for Execration on the side of Cignal Ultra, Hilda, Barretts, and Valier on those bans on the side of Execration really just forces Cignal Ultra to play another playstyle. Now, for the side of Cignal Ultra, they just ban out those heroes that are gonna give them a hard time. Uranus getting unleashed here.
Yes, it's been open. I guess they might try the same tactic that they had, or rather strategy for Cignal Ultra. They could pick the Ling, which really did great for them. But what is still open? Will they be getting an Imbatija hero like a Selena? I mean, definitely if they're gonna... I mean, if they're not gonna be getting the Selena here, that's gonna be another Etsumax hero. So what it's gonna be for Cignal Ultra, or they would like to secure their side lane. There's a lot of open here for their side. They do have the Khalid, but if they want the Yuzhong, or the Tamus just been shown. And that's gonna be a Ling, definitely. So we've been seeing that if it's Cignal Ultra not on the blue side, they're just gonna ban it out. They don't want to go against that kind of strategy. And now having the Ling here for Hades once again, this just shows at how. But you've said earlier, Butters, that on a 5-game series, is that you've shown you have to hold on to your strategies, and still the strategy for Cignal Ultra did work on game number 1, and they just can do it once again until it's gonna. I mean, somehow if Execration get figured how they could be able to go against it.
Yeah, this isn't your traditional sport where game number 1 happens on a different day than game number 2.
Yes.
And as you get the ball rolling onto your side, that is going to be very important on the side of Execration. Now, this is what we've seen from Execration. They've been doing this ever since the regular season, that they always, sometimes go to that realm where they get 2 marksmen going onto their side. Now, why is 1-1 one of those picks that can really just thrive in this certain situation? 1-1 can go for the duel. 1-1 can stun people at one end of the other. You don't really see that coming out from a lot of the marksmen. I think the only marksman that could do that as well is the Yisun Shin, especially with a hoverboard on his side. But for 1-1, he can get away, especially with the crossbow of Tang. You can expect 1-1 to just thrive in those kinds of situations. As long as you get enough stacks for the weaknesses on the enemy, you can use the crossbow of Tang.
Yes, yes. There might be a few heroes here that he could be able to pull it off. I mean, probably the Tamus. But what's lacking here now, I guess, for Execration is that they don't have a minion wave clear. Well, Roger can be, since this is going to be a mid lane hero. So does both this is going to be their side lanes. So what's been lacking here for Execration is that they don't have their support yet, and probably a tank for their side. Probably Kufra is still open for Chaknu once again. And is Cignal Ultra willing to give Chaknu that hero? But I'm seeing here the still the usual Cignal Ultra very strong start. I mean, into the drafting. they're definitely gonna get the first
Your
blood here
team
once
is
again.
banning.
And yeah, they banned the Kufra. They don't want to mess it with Chaknu.
Yeah, giving it to Chaknu. Chaknu, the capability of this guy to make great plays as early as minute 1. It's just innately inside this guy. I'm seeing a bit of a flash of you know what, the season 1 haze that we've seen. Like he would make a lot of plays
Yeah.
in the early game, and that's what I'm seeing from Chaknu right now. But you know
Your
what?
team
I
is
like the
picking.
Farsa pick here onto the side of Cignal Ultra. It's more likely to be a deny pick to Execration. Because if you think about it, if you make enough space for 1-1 to just go for the 1v1s and
team is
isolate people,
picking.
that's when you would have major problems
Yeah.
on a farmed 1-1.
I guess what? Yeah, I can't think about it. I mean, what's again? This might be going for the 1-2-2 that's been what it's called here on the Philippines, but Chaknu will be using the Jawhead. So Etomax Hero, are we gonna be seeing a Loyi here, or rather a Kagura? For I guess Selena might not actually work here, but still they're gonna be a very single target specific hero. So I guess they want to pick like an AoE here for Etomax as support. Is this gonna be a Kagura, or rather a Loyi? And I guess if that's a Kagura, makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what's lacking on for the side here for Cignal Ultra is that they still don't have a side lane that might work for them. I mean, Paolo Expert did said Alpha earlier, but I guess it's not gonna work here on the meta here. So there's something we're not seeing here. Usual is banned. Khalid is still open.
Yeah, nobody's picking the Khalid
Yeah,
for some reason.
that's a surprise.
Well,
Well, Khalid actually outshines the Uranus early game.
I mean, Cignal Ultra can just go for it. Like, clearly right now.
Or they
for
do
the-
have here another pocket side lane hero. Back
And-
pocket strategy. Are they? They've already been holding their hands. They know what they're gonna be. And that's gonna be a side lane Claude. And I really somehow liked it. This is they usually do support. Rather an average emblem here, support emblem, but I want to see it have the what we've seen, like we've mentioned MPL Indonesia. It's the RRQ, their champion Shin is the one using this kind of hero, and he's using Hai and Jirai.
Yes.
And are we gonna be seeing it for Chujin? Who knows?
Clearly, these guys, they're just showing us what they're capable of.
Yes.
And this is what I love about the playoffs. No holds barred, everything goes out. This is single eliminations, ladies and gentlemen. There is no room for you to hide strats here. One fatal mistake could just take you out of the tournament, and this is what it's all about. MPL-PH Season 6, the playoffs. This is only day number 1, and we already had our 30-minute game. Now, looking at both sides here, who will get the upper hand in terms of late game?
That's gonna be the question, as both teams, they did.
Like, there are a lot of tanky heroes onto the side here, for side of Execration. Now, why do you go for that? They will have momentum on their side.
Yes.
And whoever loses this certain game will always have it in the back of their minds that one more loss on a game could mean tournament life ending at that point in time.
Yes, I do agree with you. I mean, everyone's getting this game is just one step or one game closer to be able to go into round number 2. And again, guys, if you just tuned in, Sagitnu just did die there as a Uranus, and it's hard. And Chaknu here just trying to poke down the purple buff here for the Ling, just to try to get or to burn down time for the Ling. Will he be able to do it? Will he be using Cyclone Eye and try to eject it? But that's gonna be risky. No, I just watch it out.
Yeah,
Check it.
you know what they did there at that point? They hugged that buff they hugged the buff. Like as a team, they hugged it out. They stuck together. And what happened there was no opening for Cignal. He could have gone for it, but he could have went for the flicker. But there was, let's say, what, a 33.33% chance of getting the right target at that point for the ejector. And that's a chance you're not willing to take.
Yes, I really like you pointed that out.
You can pull it off. But the thing is, if the Roger doesn't really go well, then that means your 1-1 is going to be the main target for the side of Cignal Ultra.
Yes, and that's going to be their winning condition right now. It's just to hold it off, or I mean for the Roger, just he has to farm it. I mean, Execration doesn't need to be very aggressive here, specifically on the early game, because they can't not be able to do it.
Oh, wow.
But Shujin here might Cignal very... What? Look at that. It's
Oh, very cutie. Wow!
Oh, that was... I mean, BMI did save his life at some time, but it's been level 4 for Shujin.
That was, in paper, gonna save his life, but ladies and gentlemen, that placement of that stun, Benny Cutie, masterful display on playing that 1-1. He put that in an area where Claude will get forced in an area where it's closed, it's narrow, and he's isolated.
Yes, isolated, and you really like how Cignal did went through the Claude is forced him to do a BMI back to where his monkey is, but now it's looked like Cignal Ultra is actually not holding on. I mean, like what you've said, if this Chojin, I mean, it's just been defending and not really using its utilizing its
oh, Benny,
it actually get a revenge kill here.
They returned the favor.
They did.
If 1-1 trapped them, then Parza is gonna trap the 1-1 as well. And when that is happening, Rob, mind you, a turtle has been slain on the side of Execration.
Yeah, so I guess Execration is still happy that, yes, 1-1 did die, but their other core is still alive. And so does that Hades is dying on for the Kagura. Not something you see every day, Butters. I mean, how hard it is for you to be able to kill a Ling with just your umbrella.
I do agree. How often do you see a Kagura taking down a Ling?
Yes, yes, and now somehow Etomax did win against Hades here. Now, what's going so well here, I guess, for Cignal Ultra is that Rhea still having a good farm, and now he's actually returning the favor as well for Etomax.
And Hades here will go down in the process as well, and he will go down at the hands of the Roger. 1-1 joining fight as well. He does have the corrosion sight. Look at this. Hate will try to fight this head on. Benny Cutie onto the bottom lane. He has free reign over that. And Sujin dying twice already.
He actually don't need to go into Benny Cutie here. I mean, Benny Cutie doesn't really care about the Basha there. She's a half HP. And now, I guess they're just giving punch after one another. But here comes the Gillette instant replay, #shave the day. Look at here, Etomax getting picked up. What actually saved here Ben's sanity is actually pop up the Revitalize and been tanking it off. Even Hate's damage wasn't enough to peel off the Basha. But look at here, Rhea might actually die, but still too tanky and not enough damage for the crossbow tank of Benny Cutie. Now, I guess it's still even out. Both towers on the bottom lane were down, and it's gonna be the turtle, another one. I guess the first turtle was taken by Execration, if I'm not mistaken.
One thing that I want to talk about here, Rob, I want to know your insights here.
Right.
Chujin and Benny Cutie battled it out onto the bottom lane. Benny Cutie won that with the weakness finder and everything else. So, do you think that Cignal Ultra is put in a bad spot already just because of that certain duel that they had? I mean, 1-1 is one of those heroes that really have good duel capability.
Yes, yes. I think Execration did won that one for the side of Benny Cutie. I mean, he is actually untouched right now. I mean, look at that. Even the one who's been doing great on the top lane, which is Samus, still having a hard time going against the 1-1, but Etomax will actually be on the wrong side of the map. But look at it. Benny Cutie is just bullying Rhea here, which is doing really great on the top lane. And now, Cignal is just doing what he has to do, which is cutting the lane, and Shujin cannot be able to do anything about it.
Yeah, and the thing is, Rob, why can a 1-1 bully out a Thams? It's all because of the corrosion side.
Corrosion
Now,
side, yes.
If ever, ladies and gentlemen, that Rhea wants to force a fight against a 1-1, look at this. There is actually a stun that's gonna happen here. And look at all the damage that Benny QT is dealing. Rhea here is the next target. He's gonna use the crossbow of tank. Can he get another kill here? No, he doesn't. Benny QT going in. He still wants Bensanity, and look at this. Benny QT still wants to fight. This isn't really the matchup that you want to take, but Benny QT is still alive, and he gets hit by that wheel.
The only thing that I knew that the reason why he actually did it is that probably his crossbow attack is about to go off, because you're not going into 3 heroes. I mean, yes, you might actually get, or probably he's just buying time for Hate.
Yeah, and Hate here, he got what he wanted. He got the second turret onto the top lane. Execration, they are having a good time dealing with the players here for the side of Cignal Ultra. This Claude lane combination isn't really working well on the side of Cignal Ultra.
Yes, it's not working. So does their strategy they did on game number 1. The side lane Hades here is not what we've been seeing. Etomax going down for Hades. This might be the comeback potential coming from Cignal Ultra. They're not finished. They're eyeing here for Cignal and might want to push the middle lane.
They okay, for the side of Cignal Ultra, they are letting the Claude breathe, and that's a good thing. Now, Rob, looking at Execration here, they're really doing a great job. He's not really getting a lot of those kills, but he is given space to farm as well. And now looking at it, I am liking the draft here of Execration in terms of getting the power spike, because as you all know, Benny QT has been the king of the bottom lane as much as possible here. But Chujin getting chased down by Cignal. Cignal doesn't have the execute to back that up. He does have the purify, but Cignal doesn't really care. He's just gonna go back into the lane. He has enough mana regeneration to back up that lane staying capability, lane staying prowess that Uranus has. Look at that enchanted talisman. That's all he needs.
Yes, that just to sustain its mana, can be able to pull up even with its HP. But DJ might actually be ejected here, but there's gonna be a Fury fight.
Rhea is the next target. There is the feathered airstrike, ladies and gentlemen. Roger going in. Thams will be taken out. Bensanity here is the next target. Jawhead, backshot. That was actually the backshot going down. Jawhead is actually on the other side.
Yes. Did you see how nimble Hades is? He actually knew that they're not going to be winning that team fight. He just went through the mid lane and tried to cut the minion waves. And I guess that was a very intelligent move. But what's really dragging Cignal Ultra right now is the Claude itself. I mean, he is incapable of holding its own lane. Anyone from the side of Execration could go toe-to-toe with the Claude right now. Yes, you do have here the Demon Sword, you already have the Golden Staff, but I guess it's still not going to be enough for the tanky heroes of Execration.
Yeah, and look at this. Chujin, they're chasing down Cignal, and they see that Lord take. Roger is there near the area. Hades going in! He steals the Lord, returning the favor from earlier game number 1. Hate on the other side. He gets clawed.
He gets clawed? Not really, but they did take Hades.
I mean, he gets clawed in terms of claw, but that wasn't really the perfect thing to say, because there's a claw on the other side as well. So
yeah, that was the light.
He gets scratched.
He gets scratched. There. Yes, and he actually fall down right from there. But I guess he would take it any day, because they did take the Lord, and that was, well, I guess Execration still have the lead here, regardless the Lord was stolen. But what the thing here for Cignal Ultra is did buy more time for the Claude to be able to go online, because right now
look at this.
It's not dealing any money.
They actually isolate Benny QT here, but Bensanity, this isn't really the right time. This isn't really the right target to go 1v1 with.
Yes, and you can see how fast Execration just melted through that Lord level 1, and still we're back into square one. And I like what Hades was doing. He actually stole the purple buff there for an Execration side.
And right now for the side of Cignal Ultra, they know that they're not out of the woods just yet. They're clearly just getting back from this blunder that they went through earlier. Cignal here is still the target, but look at that regeneration. Bensanity here will go down. There is the Revitalize, but that won't be enough as his damage output is just way too much onto the side of Execration. But look at Cignal Ultra here. When everything was happening, Hades goes to the bottom lane.
Yes, they went through the bottom lane just to try to force a reaction for Execration. But what did actually happen there is that they didn't get the Cyclone Eye. That's the reason why Saget was alive. That was already a 5-man gank for the Uranus. And the only thing that saved him was the Cyclone Eye. And anyone from... There was actually 2 heroes on the bushes right there could be able to take it before they actually go to Sagitnu, and they didn't. And that's what saved them.
I actually think that regardless, Sagitnu could have been taken down. Just because of the brute force breastplate. If they cannot,
too tanky.
If he cannot be put in the farthest place as much as possible, that's going to be a that's going to be a huge problem for them. But that's going to be a double kill onto that jungle. Onto the side of Cignal Ultra, Rhea still once more. Sagitnu, look at this. He's hugging out Imba DJ and the others. They're just waiting for that certain minion wave to come up top, and they are just pushing their luck here. They're taking down all the turrets that they can get. And look at this, Hades will use the Tempest of Blades to get out safely, but Tate has something in mind. He goes straight for that takedown. He takes down that Tabs. One less person to the side of Cignal Ultra. Mid lane is creeping up as well. Will they take down that middle turret too? I don't think so.
Yes, I don't think so too, but now Cignal Ultra is actually paying off, opening this Uranus. We've seen Sagitnu just standing into like 4 members of Cignal Ultra inside their base, and they cannot be able to do anything about it. Yes, I think Imba DJ did have a necklace right now, but their damage is not enough. Look at Shujin, just tickling, or rather giving just an itch for this Uranus, and that his damage was close to nothing at this point.
Yeah, Execration, they're just playing with whatever the hell there is, resource there is onto the map right now. Wind of Nature is on that 1-1. That is a requirement right now, because you know what? You can still get hit by the Blazing Duet.
Yes, Blazing Duet. Right now, what are the only heroes that the Blazing Duet Chujin has to be able to kill probably is Etomax or even Benekut. But aside from that, I mean, 3 heroes from Execration is very tanky. Even he could be able to withstand the damage coming from Chujin, and that was Hades.
Oh my goodness, Chaknu! Chaknu, you madman. They don't have a retribution here. Etomax and Benekut, they are the targets. And look at this! The knock-up is there! Chujin here goes down to the turret, and Chaknu gets that kill.
Oh my god. But it looks like Imba DJ is still alive and managed to get a kill. Benekut and as well with Etomax. But Chaknu, despite that triple kill,
they're not letting Imba DJ go back to base. They're not letting Imba DJ go back to base. They just want to end this at this point. Chaknu is just stalling time. He doesn't go down. Look at this, Imba DJ! Oh! Play after play! Imba DJ, the only one who could have defended, couldn't go home!